Hey everybody, it's Sandy and I'm a gypsy grandma. Right now I'm sitting very cozy in my mother's living room. I've got some warm air, just lovely and soft and wonderful. It's just coming down on the top of my head and it feels so good because outside is not so warm. And we have about 5 to 6 inches of new snow on the ground. It started yesterday as I was driving back from Truro, Nova Scotia to Sussex. And just outside Moncton, it started to come down. And by the time I got to Sussex, it was sticking on the ground. And I would say maybe half a centimeter ground down. So it was the first real snowfall for me this year. I mean, there was a little bit of snow on the ground, but it was all cleared off and you could see the grass poking up and things like that, right? So this is it. Winter has started. We're just a few days away from Christmas and looks like it's going to be a white one this year, which is very nice. And I wanted to say a bit about the transportation here. The first thing I want to say is I am very blessed that I have a sister and brother-in-law who had an extra vehicle and were so generous. They let me use it for the entire time that I'm here, which is about 5 weeks, and it's just a lifesaver, really. I have already gone to Nova Scotia. I visited my sister in Truro. I visited a friend in Wolfville, which is where Acadia University is. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it hadn't been for them. And I love being on the go. I love visiting new places and checking in with the people that I care about and spending time with them. So this has just been a delight, and I am just so grateful. So I'm grateful for the warmth, and I'm grateful for my family, my sister. I'm grateful for the wheels that are getting me to here, there, and everywhere else. And yeah, I'm just feeling very grateful. So that's a good place to be. One of the things that I've noticed about the cold weather is that when I'm sleeping in a cold room and I am cozy under my blankets, then I get a much better sleep. I'm amazed because normally I would be getting up 2 or 3 times a night, and I don't do that here. Now, I know you're going to say that's because it's so cold and you don't want to get out of bed. Not true, okay? Not true. What's happening is I'm actually sleeping through, and wow, I'm feeling so much better. It's amazing. How long have I been here now? 2 weeks? Yeah. And when I first got here, I was sleeping 9 to 10 hours a night. I must have been exhausted and didn't even know it. But now I'm down to about 8, and I guess that's probably average. I don't know. Although I think older people, such as myself, generally require less sleep. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to complain. I am really enjoying feeling so rested. So thank you, cold weather. And the only other thing I think I'll mention is that traveling on the roads here is so different. People are polite. And you know what? Sometimes I think our environment contributes to how we behave with other people. So when I'm on the West Coast, people are rushing around. They're not caring about anything else other than what's happening inside their own heads, really. And there's a lot going on there, I'm sure. So when we're in the middle of traffic and we don't we have to get somewhere, we have a deadline, that sort of thing, then we have a different perspective than when we're on an open highway, very few vehicles around, and when we do see one, it's almost like, hey there, you're my friend, right? And you let them in. When they're coming onto the highway, you move over very naturally into the other lane to give them space. It's just a way of life here. I like that too. So that's it for today. Hope you're having as good a day as I am. And I am signing off. Gypsy Grandmas will be back probably in 2 or 3 days. Talk to you then. Bye now.